November 23, 2023 began like any other day in Dublin, until a mass stabbing outside a school on Parnell Square East sent shockwaves across Ireland. In a horrifying assault, 3 children and a creche worker, Riad Flynn, were stabbed, leaving the entire nation in disbelief and fear. Emergency services arrived within minutes, rushing the victims, including a critically injured 5-year-old girl, to hospital as the country watched in horror. News of the attack spread rapidly, uniting many in grief and support. Riad Flynn was hailed as a hero for her bravery. The suspect, Riad Bouchaker, was detained at the scene thanks to courageous bystanders. The Irish government, known for its pro-mass migration stance, now faces a divided public. Many Irish people, fearing for their children's safety due to unvetted mass migration, feel a real sense of fear throughout the country. This incident has sparked anti-immigration protests nationwide as Ireland grapples with the aftermath of a day that truly shook the nation. Riad Bouchaker faced a series of grave charges following the shocking incident, including the attempted murder of 3 children, as well as assault causing serious harm to Riad Flynn, who suffered significant injuries during the attack, and the possession of a knife which was recovered at the scene and became a crucial piece of evidence in the case. The case, scheduled for the Central Criminal Court, quickly encountered a series of delays. These are common in complex criminal cases, but they can be deeply frustrating for victims, families, and the wider public who are seeking answers. One of the earliest hurdles was securing a qualified interpreter, a necessary step to ensure Bouchaker fully understood every aspect of the legal proceedings and could participate in his own defense. The Irish legal system moves at a methodical pace, designed to guarantee fairness and uphold the presumption of innocence, which is a fundamental principle at its core. Both prosecution and defense teams require significant time to prepare their cases, especially when there are multiple victims, intricate evidence, and complex legal arguments to consider. While the public and media demanded swift justice, the courts were tasked with balancing this urgency against the need for thoroughness and due process. Delays, often caused by the need for comprehensive medical assessments and expert reports, tested everyone's patience. But these steps were essential to ensure a fair and just trial for all involved. The main reason for repeated delays in Bouchaker's case was the need for comprehensive medical and psychological evaluations. These assessments are not just routine, they are fundamental to the legal process, especially in cases where mental health may affect a defendant's ability to stand trial. A psychiatrist soon called for a full neuropsychological assessment, a complex process involving detailed cognitive tests, in-depth interviews, and often the assistance of an interpreter to ensure nothing is lost in translation. This step is crucial for understanding the defendant's mental state and capacity. This assessment, vital for determining Bouchaker's fitness to stand trial, took over a year to complete due to its thoroughness and the need for multiple specialists to weigh in. Each stage required careful coordination and review. Once finished, the findings had to be meticulously reviewed and integrated into a final psychiatric report. This process, involving collaboration between medical experts and legal teams, led to further postponements as every detail was scrutinized. These expert reports are crucial. They ensure the accused fully understands the charges, can communicate with their lawyer, and is able to participate meaningfully in their own defense. Without such thorough documentation, the trial could be deemed unfair, potentially leading to appeals or even a mistrial. The integrity of the process depends on these evaluations. Though slow and sometimes frustrating, this careful process is essential for justice, ensuring that every defendant receives a fair and lawful trial. The judiciary, under the leadership of Justice Paul McDermott, repeatedly emphasized the critical importance of urgency in this case, especially considering the vulnerability and young age of the victims involved. The court recognized that justice delayed could mean justice denied, particularly for children and their families who were seeking answers and closure. Justice McDermott urged all parties to work efficiently and avoid unnecessary delays once psychiatric reports were available. He highlighted the delicate balance between ensuring due process for the accused and addressing the urgent need for closure and healing for the victims and their loved ones. This case brought national attention to a broader ongoing problem: the slow pace of legal proceedings in cases involving child victims in Ireland. Many families have faced long waits, adding to their distress and making recovery even harder. In response to mounting public concern, a new legal protocol was introduced in 2024. This protocol was specifically designed to fast-track trials involving children, with the ambitious goal of completing such cases within a year of charges being filed. The high-profile Parnell Square case became a catalyst for these much-needed reforms, highlighting the urgent necessity for a justice system that is sensitive to the needs of children and their families. The ultimate goal is to reduce the trauma experienced by young victims, provide them with support throughout the process, and ensure that justice is delivered swiftly and compassionately. The ongoing push for reform is a direct response to the challenges and shortcomings exposed by this case, signalling a new era of child-centred justice in Ireland. By late June 2025, the final psychiatric report was complete, removing the last major obstacle to trial. Justice McDermott scheduled a new hearing for July 23rd, where both sides will confirm readiness and a trial date will be set. The court is expected to move quickly given the judge's emphasis on urgency and the intense public interest. The upcoming trial will see a jury hear all evidence, including medical reports and eyewitness accounts. For the victims, their families, and the community, this marks a long-awaited step toward justice. After months of delays, the wheels of justice are finally turning, bringing hope for resolution and accountability.